How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Garry's Mod, and today we're gonna take a look at a pretty cool mod. That's right, my friends, what you saw was not a fluke. This is Voxel Destruction, made by the same creator who made the amazing Deformation mod, which, of course, we did a video on. I'll put that in the top right corner, and it kind of blew my mind. It really did take Source and how physics and props can work in Source and kind of twist it a bit to make it to where things could happen that you didn't think could happen. AKA, you could deform things, and that seemed to go against everything that I imagine is possible with Source. Well, the Mad Lad is at it again, and well, wouldn't you know, it's a very simple tool. Right here we have the Voxelizer, and there's a few settings here. You could change the voxel size, the destruction radius, and just a bunch of other parameters to really fine-tune it to whatever it is that you want. Overall, this is incredibly impressive, and I'm going to show you exactly why. All you gotta do is simply find a prop and voxelize it, and you're going to notice that when you do that, it kind of Minecraftifies it, I guess? Well, someone in the comment section said it best. They said that it's pretty much Teardown, that voxel-style game, but in Garry's mod, and yes, it is that, because now every time you attack a part of the prop, pieces will start flying off of it. That's right, this is absolutely insane, and it truly just is this easy. You could just voxelize anything and then rip it to pieces. Now, while I was shooting there, I did notice a bit of stutter, definitely some frame rate. I don't know if it's the particle effects or, well, I imagine it's the mod, but check this out. If you were to somehow tear completely through something, this portion of the prop is fully segmented and separated. I think that is the most impressive thing, because yes, there probably is some sort of visual trick going on here. Well, hold on, I thought that what was going on was part of the prop was just becoming invisible. Well, I mean, right there it kind of looks like it, but I mean, this bullet is going right through this. There would definitely be a part of a stove there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and voxelize this barrel. Now, again, it is going to make it, you know, look kind of blocky. That is, of course, intentional, as the mod is called, you know, Voxel. And I know that this isn't exactly a perfect execution of trying to make any prop breakable, but it is absolutely still insanely impressive that this isn't Source. All right, next up we have NPCs. Can we voxelize? Okay, I did not expect that. Odessa's looking a little different than what I remember. Yes, you can indeed voxelize NPCs, but, well, they kind of stopped becoming NPCs and they're kind of just, well, a statue that you could break apart. Fun fact, by the way, you can totally use these as weapons, or at least is what I thought you could. Unfortunately, they're kind of fragile. Or maybe not. Alright, so I really do want to thoroughly test this, so what about dupes? Can we voxelize dupes? And, well, I think we have our answer. Alright, what about a giant cube? And, oh. Okay, you can, but you know what's funny? We could even see it being built right there, and we could see so many individual blocks here are encompassing this. And yes, I think these are all being registered because every time I hit this thing, it definitely lags. Yeah, the game crashed. Alright, so we are back once again. My game has crashed like 3 times now, so do be very careful with this add-on. Something that is pretty cool, though, is you can change these settings and they will update in real time, letting you know the performance impact that they'll have, which is very, very nice. And if you want to know what it looks like, by the way, it definitely is going to make it look a bit more Minecraft. Okay, you know what? I don't even know what the hell that is anymore. But the good news is that it's very simple, so you don't gotta worry too much about it lagging your game. Now, when it does come to these smaller props, you can absolutely make the voxel size as small as you want. And again, it looks good. But the moment that you step up to much bigger props, you definitely do want to increase the voxel size, just so it doesn't make your computer absolutely implode. We're also going to go ahead and increase the destruction radius, so that when we do destroy things, it should destroy more of it. Although I do think we have to actually reapply it to have that take effect. Alright, here goes nothing. Definitely a lot better. You could just punch holes straight through this now, And again, like, this mod is just so fun. There's not really much else I can go about it. This is kind of like an evolution, I guess you could say, to the deformation mod. And it is a ton of fun to mess around with. Again, like, seeing the pieces just fly off and separate from the main entity, that is what I think is truly insane. Now, it's not always going to happen, as you can see. I think there is like a minimum threshold for how... There we go. Never mind, maybe not. Now this piece is completely separated, so we kind of have like a bunch of different items here now, which again is super cool. Alright, now there is something I am very curious about. If we punch a hole through this thing, can we fall through it to the other side? Let's go ahead and find out. I'm going to blast it again through this side, because we couldn't go all the way through. Alright, I think that's a big enough hole. We just go ahead and position it so we can actually jump through it. Ooh, and as we can see, apparently we cannot. So there definitely is some trickery going on here, which, you know, I kind of expected, considering the fact that this is definitely not normal in Source. But that also explains why you can't always destroy the other side. Like this portion, I cannot destroy it because there's like an invisible barrier here, which I assume is, well, the collision of the actual prop itself. But on the other side, we can of course get through it, but that's unfortunately not going to make it any easier for us to go through. And there you guys have it, an incredibly cool add-on. I definitely recommend playing around with it. Just be careful again with those settings, but the possibilities are endless. You could truly kind of customize and do a bunch of awesome things with this. But as always, you guys will be the judge. Let me know what you think down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you do want. I'll see you all in the next video, and as always, thanks for watching, and farewell.